Good day, internet community. You're listening to Nick RP Green, and today's video is about competitions. In fact, there's a giveaway towards the end, and just for once, if you're here simply for that, click the button on the screen right now to get straight to it. Seriously, click this button, you'll skip past the bulk of the video, straight to the competition. I mean, why not? I do it all the time. So, in the spirit of today's topic, here's a shortcut. Now, I have a habit of winning things. Internet things, game things, awesome things. Today I'm going to share with you all some of the things that I've won, thank some people for those things, and share with you some secrets on winning online contests. Today, let's talk about competitions. Now, competitions are great. As the phrase goes, the best things in life are free, and winning something can be an awesome surprise. Over the years, I've been fortunate enough to win some pretty awesome prizes, and firstly, I'd like to share those with you, and thank the people who awarded me these awesome goodies. The first competition I can ever remember winning was when I was 6. I lived in the town of Bletchley in Milton Keynes. Anyone who is familiar with World War II code breaking may have heard of Bletchley Park, the centre for British code breaking during the war, where the Enigma machine cracked the German code. A new Wix DIY store was being opened, and the company was working with our school to involve the community and make an event of the opening day. Students were asked to create artwork to be displayed during the opening, and one boy's and one girl's artwork would be picked as the best in a competition. My picture of a builder and his shed surrounded by his tools won, and was displayed at the opening. In addition to a Wix hard hat and a cheque for £20, which I used to buy Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes videos, I, along with the female winner and the manager of the store, opened the new store, replacing the traditional ribbon cutting with sawing a block of wood in two. I even got to keep one half of the block. Finally, to commemorate the occasion, this plaque was placed at the store's entrance and is still there today. So if you're ever in Bletchley, head on over to Wix, it's right opposite Tesco. You'll be able to see that plaque for yourself. Now, obviously, this isn't the type of contest I'm really talking about here, but it shows that it doesn't matter what age you are, what situation you're in, you have a chance. In the golden age of the internet, we have access to so many online competitions. Even the lottery's online now, all of your betting's online, and there's so many online competitions that you can take part in right now. I've entered a lot and won quite a few. Another early one would be during my second year of university. I entered a Carphone Warehouse Facebook competition. They were looking for the UK's biggest gamer and required me to send a paragraph explaining why I was apparently the UK's biggest gamer. I sent in some dribble about playing games all night and always wanting to get the next best thing, and something about Halo, and also the idea that I couldn't continue to be the UK's biggest gamer without the prize that they were giving away. Suffice to say, I won it. Presumably not a big turnout, but the prize was damn sweet. It was a brand new Sony Xperia Play. Do you remember the Xperia Play? It was the mobile phone with the PlayStation joypad on it. It didn't take off all that well, but at the time it was worth about £500. Which at the time, that was huge. It was my first smartphone. What was even more special was that it was officially the 5th retail version ever made. It came in this special display box with 5 out of 10 printed on it. I still have the phone and the box. As I said, it's the first smartphone I ever owned. It was something really special. It was a reasonably decent phone, and even though it had these Xperia Play games and things that Sony did for it, I just used the joypad to emulate Game Boy Advance games and play Pokemon on it. I've won quite a few video games online too. I won a copy of episode 1 of the Blue Toad Murder Files, The Mystery of Little Riddle. It was a mystery puzzle game that was on PS3 and PC. I got a PS3 version. I won that from GameSpot as part of their old Start Select series. It took a little bit of digging all the way back to 2010, but I did find the video.
Competition time now. Last time on Start Select, all the way back in 2009 now, we offered you the chance to win one of 5 copies of Blue Toad Murder Files on the PlayStation 3, courtesy of Relentless Software. All you had to do was tell us the answer to this question. Whereabouts is the developer Relentless based? The answer, of course, is Brighton in the United Kingdom, and our winners are Nick Green, Daniel Gresly, Mark Hughesdon, Andy Stewart and David Brown. Congrats guys, you'll have your download codes very shortly.
So that's them announcing me as one of the winners, which is pretty cool. So I guess I should say thank you to GameSpot there. Now to thank DESTRUCTOID. 2 games I've won from them. First, I won a copy of The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, and last year I was lucky enough to snag a copy of the Guild Wars 2 expansion, Heart of Thorns, which, come to think of it, I still haven't actually played. Really should have a go at that at some point. Always great to grab a brand new release for free. This year, in fact, I won a copy of Street Fighter V 1 week after release, thanks to Green Man Gaming and Playfire. They're always giving away a brand new release every Friday at the moment, so that's definitely one to check out. Next up, courtesy of Curse Gamepedia's Twitter feed, I won a handful of Steam codes in a Freebie Friday contest, along with 5 keys to the then brand new Curse voice beta. There were keys for Windborne, Interplanetary, Windforge, Planet Explorers, Evoland, Space Base, of Guards and Thieves, content for Dragons and Titans, and the awesome Goat Simulator. Altogether that lot was worth over £100. Cheers, Curse. Actually not done with Curse yet, as thanks to a competition on the Old Reign of Gaming site, I received codes for Riot Graves and Full Metal Ramus, skins for League of Legends characters, and thanks to another Twitter competition by Skins for LOL, which is a website that no longer exists after Riot put time limits on skin codes. They used to sell rare skins to people using codes which now they can't do anymore, but thanks to them, I own one of League's rarest skins, and I get to lie to people by suggesting I went to PAX, because I got PAX Severe from them. So thank you, Curse, and thank you, Skins for LOL, even though you don't exist anymore. Finally, there's the recent physical items. As I mentioned in my top 3 movies video, the day before Christmas Eve, so Christmas Eve, Marvel UK and Ireland notified me that I'd won a copy of Ant-Man on DVD in their Hunt the Ant-Man competition. As I also said in that video, I'd also received a copy for Christmas, so I gave that copy away during that video, and even though it's a little overdue, congratulations to JH123, aka Joshua Hirani. I hope you enjoyed it. And finally, the most recent win, the prize that was essentially the catalyst to the creation of this video, courtesy of NVIDIA UK, my GTX 970 graphics card, worth around 260 quid. Took a bit of doing to fit it in the PC actually. It's twice the size of my old 750 Ti, so I did have to declutter the wiring in there quite a lot. Though I was then able to put my 750 Ti in my old computer, and now my girlfriend has a gaming PC, which she's quite chuffed about. This one was through NVIDIA's Hunt the Dark Zones competition, which was celebrating the release of Tom Clancy's The Division. Every day, they gave the community a clue in order to find a code. The clue would send us to online retailers, Twitter feeds, Twitch and YouTube channels, and we'd find these codes and then enter them into the page. There was a big gaming PC bundle as the main prize, but there were also several daily prizes to be won. I actually only entered to try and win a copy of The Division, so to come away with a brand new graphics card was a very pleasant surprise. I've already thanked them on Twitter twice for this one, but thanks again, NVIDIA. It's been really great. So that's a bit of a history of what sort of competitions I've won. There's probably more. I know I've won a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments back in the day when I didn't play League of Legends and instead spent all of my time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That's pretty much where Yu-Gi-Oh! Stopped and League of Legends started. One just replaced the other. I did also once win a sandwich making competition at secondary school with a banana and chocolate spread sarnie. Something I can't imagine even back then I would have enjoyed eating. Never mind now. These, however, weren't simple giveaways, much like the Wix opening. These were contests that required some sort of talent or skill. And if that's something that you can do, if you have a talent or skill that you can use to try and win something, give it a go. Even if you don't win, you've no doubt improved and at least had the opportunity to show off that talent to a new audience. So what's the secret to giveaway contests? How do I keep winning them and getting these awesome prizes? It's pretty simple, really. I enter them. I enter pretty much every contest I see, and I occasionally win. Seriously, the stuff I've won pales in comparison to the amount of contests I've entered. My win rate is probably about 5%, maybe. It's simply because I've entered so many competitions that I've come away with a decent amount of stuff. I found the easiest competitions are done through Twitter. At least 50% of the time, I'm using Twitter to enter competitions. In fact, I only started using Twitter in the first place to grab the free Garen skin for League of Legends. Most Twitter comps require you to simply retweet and sometimes follow to try and win something. Therefore, usually all that's required is just one click. Simple. Done. Entered. Another popular platform, usually used through Twitter, is Gleam.io, a system that allows entries to gain more entries by completing tasks, usually retweeting something, visiting a Facebook page or website, and subscribing to Twitch or YouTube channels. I've never actually won from one of these, I don't think, so I can't really say whether they're worth it or not. You can always unfollow the media that you're asked to follow, and in the case of YouTube and Twitch, just visiting the page it's asking you to subscribe to usually counts as an entry. Also, if you're ever asked to watch a video and you need to watch the whole video, all you have to do is skip to the very end, watch the last couple of seconds, and that will count. I'll enter most and gain as many entries as I can usually. Some I might skip out if they're a bit too over the top. This one in particular was completely too much, and it actually caused my friend's Facebook feed to just spaz out with the amount of notifications I was leaving on his wall. And this leads us onto one of the biggest reasons why people are turned off by entering these competitions. In many cases, you will leave behind Twitter and Facebook notifications that you've entered this or started following that, and they can stack up. Especially in the case of these Gleam entry forms. You might not want your feed filled with these notifications, and if that's something that does bother you, then maybe this isn't for you. In my experience, however, I've never had anyone complain about the notifications I leave, well, except in that one case I just said, because everyone already gets tons and tons of crap on their feeds anyway. We all follow and friend every Tom, Dick and Harry that we've ever known, and end up liking a decent amount of crap along the way. Your competition entry tweet isn't going to make the slightest bit of difference to High School Friend 43 when they've already scrolled past the top 5 split ends in television and why scientists hate this single mum. No one cares, basically. It's just one more crappy link to ignore. It's only this time it's from you instead of some corporation trying to make a quick buck. In my case, though, I've got people retweeting and clicking on my links because of all the stuff I've won, which, A, is more traffic for your Twitter feed, and B, beneficial if you gain more entries for people entering via your link. No one's going to complain at you for leaving one more post on their Facebook wall when you're the one who's just walked away with a brand new video game. And if they do, that's called jealousy, my friend. Enjoy it. Finally, one last great thing about entering these competitions is finding new and interesting things. You might have to watch a YouTube video that you end up really liking. You might have to leave a funny comment and have a laugh reading through all of the other entries. You might just win something you never knew you'd like, and then end up having a blast with it. What's the old phrase? You've got to be in it to win it. So get in there, boy! I hope that's given you some idea about the kind of competitions you do actually have a chance of winning. Take it from me and the things that I've won. You can actually win these competitions. And now let's have a competition that you definitely do have a chance of winning. This one. In conjunction with this video's theme, I thought it only appropriate to run a competition of my own. I'm going to give away 3 keys for 3 different PC games from my collection of spare keys. All you need to do is comment with what 3 games you want. 3 different answers that are games I actually have in my spare collection will all win their chosen game. So all you have to do, leave a comment with 3 games in it. If one of those games is something I actually have, you might win. A heads up, I don't have anything AAA from the last 12 months, so don't expect to win things like Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, or even something like The Division. Older games and cheaper indie games are very good answers, and every game that I currently have can be found on Steam, though what I give away may not necessarily be Steam keys. Competition is open to anyone and everyone, and only comments on this video or any of my posted links to this video will be accepted. So good luck. You can find competitions for anything. You never know what you might win. If you want more chances to enter the kind of competitions that I do, follow me on Twitter at NickRPGreen, as I'm constantly retweeting for competition entries. Like and subscribe if you like what you've seen. Good luck, and I will see you next time.